Music can make or break a game. One track can stick with you for years on end, or completely ruin the vibe for a day. Think about Persona 5. You walk into a palace, and that soundtrack immediately hits your ears, blessing you. The stylish and unforgettable style of the game. Now imagine there's nothing, just absolute silence. Or worse yet, some cheap, out of place track that makes everything feel so wrong. The game would lose half its magic right there. Music can change a whole lot in a game, going from making us cry to absolute anger, making a character go from an absolute dickhead to a beloved, and the other way around, and could stick with us throughout our whole life. You could be walking casual in a supermarket maybe, and hear the faint music in the background, and with it, a truckload of emotion comes your way, crashing into you. Whether it is your first encounter with Ryuji, your first palette, beating the game, whatever it is, it's all come crashing down. And it's not just the case with the Persona series, it's also with the way more known name of Minecraft. Whether it was through watching PewDiePie's gameplay footage, or watching Dante ADM's series, or through remembering Technoplay's unequal domination over the game, or his pranks with Skippy, or through your own experience of building that diamond house in your survival mode game mode. Yeah, we know that, but it's not really. Or your actual hardworking world with the dirt house. Minecraft is a household name that everybody knows, and one of its most underrated aspects in my mind is the music. Minecraft music would come at you when you're least expecting it, when you're breaking blocks for hours on end, mining away, and BAM! It hits you, and it sticks in your mind for years on end when you actually hear it and remember all the hours you spent on it, bringing you to tears. However, we know that Minecraft's powerful music lays in the fact that it is nostalgical more than anything else. Now, if we want to find music that actually helps drive the narration, we don't need to go any further than Undertale. It is unique as it has a special music for every place you go. Your first playthrough that will be remembered forever, but it shines best when it's replayed and diverted from the normal route. After you replay it, you see how the music changes. In the Genocide run, every song becomes pale, every puzzle is solved, and shows you that destroying this world and killing everything in it is stripping it out of its fun. The ones you kill are the ones that give life to the game. The boss theme changes. It's no longer about you fighting to survive the encounter, rather about the monsters trying to prevent the real monster, being you of course, from destroying everything. And all for it to lead you to find Sans standing there menacingly waiting for you, making you fearful, and to make you even more certain that this is not going to be easy. Megalovania starts playing. Your pulse spikes and the core memory is unlocked. And as you suffer trying to win over and over and over and again, just so you could win, the ending comes at you, hitting you with the most regret you could find, with Chara unsettling music. But maybe, just maybe, you went with a pacifist run, which brings you to tears, forcing you to forgive Azrael, even after all he has done. And the moment where you have to say goodbye to everyone will melt the toughest of hearts, and with an ending music that makes it all worth it. And Toby Fox didn't stop there. He went on to make Deltarune, which he does deny having any alternative endings, but we know that's a lie, even though we're not sure yet. I'm making assumptions here. But at least we know something that's certain. The music is going to be as memorable as it could be. Maybe even as memorable as The Last of Us guitar? But maybe not, because not everyone can capture that feeling that The Last of Us gave us. Every moment with the guitar was something to be remembered. It always played when it needed and stopped when it didn't. And it always quadrupled the scene dramatic effect and made us feel the same as how Joel felt about being forced to lie to Ellie to protect her, all through a simple guitar note. It didn't need words, it didn't need a cutscene, it just played and you knew. You felt the weight of it, even if nothing was said. That's how powerful music can be in a game. It's not just a background music, it's a part of the storytelling, and when done right, can make a good game unforgettable, and a great one eternal. Okay, let us stop with the emotional weight for a second and go to a more relaxing background music, where its whole purpose is for you to have something playing alongside the sound effect, which may not have the same effect as the rest, but their impact is still just as powerful, as the music sets the vibe for the whole game and overall makes the experience way more relaxable, as in the case of Stardew Valley, as if the game wasn't good enough with all the amazing gameplay and features that have, they have decided to add one of the best relaxing soundtracks to go along with it, and to enhance it even further with this amazing music that it has. But up to this point, we have talked about how music helps games, but never how bad music choices could hurt the game itself, and how even silence could be better at times, not that it should, but it is sometimes. And the prime example of this is this title screen music.
Michael! Don't leave me here! Michael! Michael! Help me!
That Satan himself forbid using it, and a one that I would rather saw my ears right off and stitch them up to my ass than to have to listen to this atrocity. And this is just a main new music that maybe, just maybe, you can skip after your ears bled a little, but the same can be said at Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood on the NS. The soundtrack was horrible, out of tune, and a big turn up. Every mission had you sitting there listening to this absolute monstrosity and pretended it was good. And I mean, for crying out loud, this is the bar you're setting. A deaf person could have done a better job and it would have been a lot better. And I think at this point, nothing could have enhanced the game way further than this music could ever do. But the thing is, silence isn't always bad. It could just as easily have the same, if not a bigger, impact when used correctly. Of course, not in a Sonic game, but maybe in Red Dead Redemption. And with John Marston's final stand, when he takes his breath, knowing it is going to be his last, and where all you can hear is shoes squealing, your own heartbeat, and the sound of pistols getting cocked. BAM! John fires his first round at them and his last round ever. And with it, John falls and ends up taking his last breath, dying alone, with Silas as his only companion. And with this, we know that every element of a soundtrack is important, whether it was blasting action and energizing music that makes your adrenaline go haywire, or the emotional music that manages to squeeze every tear out of you, making you look like a dried SpongeBob, or the relaxing music in your comfort game after a long, hard day of work, or the silence moments that make you hyperventilate and worry about what might happen to your precious little character, overthinking every detail? Or it could be the nostalgia where you remember a happier time, a more peaceful time, where your only concern is studying and playing, where you maybe wouldn't notice the bad soundtrack and the fun was overwhelming that you will forget about it. But what you noticed was the good ones that stuck in the back of your mind, because when we look back into our gaming history, it's rare that you will remember the gameplay or graphics, but what you mostly remember is how you felt while playing it, and the music that is the core of those memories, whether it was the Dragonborn theme that makes you feel like, or Silent Hill's unsettling silence through this We know that music in-game isn't just a background music, it could be much, much more. It's the heart of many games where every note is accounted for and where even after you finish the game, you can relive the experience through a simple tune.